In my own personal development journey, one thing that I've noticed is that nobody teaches you how to be yourself, right? Nobody teaches you how to do that. And it is such a shame because that is the one thing that we're all looking for, right? Whether you know it or not, is how to be truly, authentically, 100% yourself. And, they don't teach you this at school. Um, your parents don't teach you this, right? Unless you had really, really awesome parents. And, you know, nothing really teaches you how to do this until you learn yourself how to find yourself, right? How to fully become who you are meant to become, right? How to step into that path of becoming a true self. When I look back at it, this was what really kickstarted my own spiritual and personal development journey. Is, you know, for a very long time in my childhood, I was quite unhappy. And I was unhappy because I didn't know who I was. And I felt very, very frustrated because I didn't know how to find out who I was, right? I was always taught, you need to do this, right? You need to study that, right? Don't do this, right? That's bad. And what that taught me was essentially a whole bunch of nothing, right? Essentially a whole bunch of crap. What it taught me was that I should just do what other people are doing because they told me to do it, right? I didn't have enough self-confidence to essentially push back. I didn't have enough confidence and esteem myself to say like, no, that's not what I want to do. And I had to learn that later on in life. And what kickstarted me in discovering who I truly am, and I've told this many, many times, was when I actually quit my engineering job, right back when I was 22. And that was the first time that I made a decision that was 100% completely my own. It was completely authentic to the being that I was. And, it was really unfortunate because it took a lot of suffering for me to get to that point. That was sort of my rock bottom moment spiritually, and rock bottom moment of just completely not knowing who I was, right? Completely being the opposite person that I really was. And, when I made that decision, it was like the doors finally opened. And I tell my friends all the time, but that was the day at 22 when my life started, when my real, true life started. There's this beautiful quote. I forgot who said it, but the quote goes, "You have two lives," right? The second one starts when you realize that you only have one. And I think there's a lot of truth to that because, honestly, most people, they're only living their first lives, not knowing that there is a second life, right behind that. If they're willing to confront that and if they're willing to face the fear of making some pretty tough decisions. We have this disease in society. It's called, well, I'm going to call it, do the thing that everyone else is doing, right? Do what everyone else is doing. And the reason that I'm calling this a disease is because this is the source of unhappiness, of pain for a lot of people, is that they feel like they need to go down a certain career path, right? Marry a certain type of person, be in a certain type of relationship, have a certain type of friend, do a certain type of thing, whatever it is, because somebody told them to do it, right? Because they feel the pressure from their peers, family, friends, society that they need to be a certain way, right? Even though deep down inside, if they were really truthful about it to themselves, they don't want to do it, right? That's not who they are as a person. And this is one of the lost arts in modern society is we've forgotten how to listen to ourselves. We've forgotten how to listen to our souls. We've forgotten how to listen to our deepest being. And it's always there, right? It's always there, but we've just forgotten how to tune into it. And this is something that I'm very, very grateful of discovering really just this year is tuning in and listening to my highest self, right? Listening to my truest self. And what a game changer. What a game changer that's been. Like, I finally feel like I'm able to do things because I want to do them, right? Because they speak to my being, because they speak to my soul, as opposed to doing things because I feel the pressure around me to be a certain way, right? Everyone loves labels. Everyone loves fitting other people and even themselves into boxes, right? Because that's easy. That's what the brain likes to default to, right? That's sort of the job of the brain, is to make judgments, is to place labels, is to separate, right? It's to differentiate. And I think one of the best skills that you can pick up, and one of the best things that you can do for yourself in your own life, is to start to recognize, what are the labels that I'm placing on myself, and where do they come from, and how long have I held on to that, and is that really me, right? Is that really me right now at this time? Because we're all changing, right? We're always evolving. But does that truly speak to my soul, right? And if it doesn't, am I willing to let that go, right? No matter how painful it is, am I willing to let that go because it's not me? In an ideal society, right? And I'm talking about James's utopia over here. In an ideal society, when it comes to educating our kids, when it comes to teaching our kids, one of the core tenets will be spending time on getting to know yourself, right? Teaching kids how to tune into themselves, teaching kids how to explore and discover and uncover parts of themselves that really resonate with them, versus shoving math and science and history and reading. And while all those things are really great, right? Education's important. I feel like the core skill that is missing, the core sort of principle that is missing, is beyond all of that, is, again, comes down to understanding yourself. I consider myself quite lucky to have uncovered this and to have sort of understood this at my age. I know a lot of people go through life without, learning about this later in life, if at all. And one of the reasons that I wanted to make this video was to really spread awareness around self-knowledge and, really unlocking your fullest potential. And my hope is to allow you, dear viewer, to raise your level of, awareness, right? Raise your level of consciousness, and to start to see and to start to understand, yourself in a different way and in a different light. So I'd love, for you to write in the comments below. Let me know what sort of self-discoveries you've made about yourself in your own journey. What are the things that you're working on? And what are the things that you wish you knew about yourself earlier in life? And with that, I will see you guys next time.